Hi, I'm Jesse, and I would love to thank you for giving me 525,000 views. And as a thank you, I'm gonna do something different. Normally, I would do a review of a movie or something like that, as the J do with the sunglasses and the jacket here. But here, for the first time ever, I'm gonna do a review of a movie as myself. And that movie is Space Jam: A New Legacy. It all began when LeBron James wants his son to be like him, a basketball player. And they go to the studio, and and oh yeah, and he talks to some executive about new technology called Warner 3000. LeBron James says no, which causes the villain Algie Rim or something like that. They get mad and want revenge, so the villain kidnaps his son in his computer, the Warner servers. Then he jumps LeBron James in there. Then the villain challenges LeBron James to a basketball game. Yeah, exactly. And if James wins, he gets his son back. But if he wins, he's trapped in there for an eternity. So James meets Bugs Bunny in the Toon World. Bugs Bunny explains how all his Toon friends left him, and then LeBron James asking for his help to help build a basketball team. He says yes. Then I'm surprised that LeBron James doesn't want his friends. Doesn't want Bugs Bunny's friends. He wants to get like Superman and King Kong in there, but instead they got like Daffy Duck and Lola Bunny, who is completely different from the one from the first Space Jam movie. She's like a completely different person, not just in her personality, but Cat Sosei doesn't even voice her. I heard there's a Cat Sosei cut of this, but I don't know. But I wasn't surprised about her personality change. I was surprised about she no longer is voiced by Cat Sosei. And I was also surprised that Billy West, who voiced Bugs Bunny in the first Space Jam movie, didn't voice him either. It's one thing if you didn't get June Foray to voice her, because June Foray already passed away, but that's understandable. But you couldn't even get Billy West and Cat Sosei in there, you can get them. And as I was saying, he gets Bugs Bunny and his friend instead of the team that LeBron James wants, so that's all for that. I don't want to get into further detail, but the message, on one hand, it is nice that Space Jam New Legacy does have a message, because the first one, I'm not sure if Space Jam, the first one, had a message. I'm not sure. I gotta look closer now. But on the other hand, Space Jam 2's messages, the moral in Space Jam 2 is a little preachy, up in your ass, preachy. So I'm up in the air on where or not I like the moral, because plus LeBron James himself is kind of like a cliche dag. I understand this, obsessed with sports. I understand if this cliche was in the 80s or 90s or even the early 2000s, but this is 2020. That shit is old. I do like all the references. Like, if you are a fan of Easter eggs, you will be in Easter egg heaven with these. With these, like, they got Penelope Tipstop, they got references go Easter eggs galore. And like, my favorites are Penelope Pitstop, the main, basically the ones from Hanna-Barbera. And I do like the nail biter ad at the basketball game. Although, before I get into, there are spoilers here, so spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. As I was saying, I would have liked it better if didn't have Bugs Bunny, quote unquote, died at the end of the game, but I mean, was I the only one not buying the fact that Bugs Bunny was gone for good? Was I the only one not buying that? It would be one thing if it was Disney, if it was like a secondary character, then yeah, I would buy. Like, if it were, it's not like with Inside Out, where the imaginary elephant character died for good. It's not like that way. I mean, but this is Bugs Bunny. Do you honestly think they would kill off Bugs Bunny for good? Who actually thought they were gonna kill off Bugs Bunny for good? I sure didn't. I knew he was gonna come back, but I didn't know how or when. But I knew that he was gonna do it. I was just saying, I'm waiting. And I do like that they didn't go for like the secret villain, like and all that stuff. Like Disney's done that cliche to death. Even though it was Equestria Girls Legend of Everfree that killed the secret villain for me, so I'm glad they didn't go for a secret villain, but they did went for the villain with a secret surprise. And the ending itself, it's very cliched, like, but in a good way. It's one of those so bad it's good kind of way. So bad it's hilarious films. So give it for what it's worth. Anyway, thank you for the 525,000 views. Please keep it up.